Good morning, good morning. Today we're taking a look at XRP and the Sigma coin. So yesterday, capitulation event. We knew it was in the cards based off the indicator. So indicator's been warning us since January 28th that this was coming in. So about $1.75, $1.75 is where we ended up officially getting the signal. Most of us stopped out up here at the $2 to $2.20 region with our dot indicators coming in that this was overbought, and we moved up our stop losses and have been sitting in cash ever since. So yesterday we received another dot, volume dot that went off in the late day, early morning, and so we all DCA'd back in the group here. And when I say we, I'm talking about people who own 160 million Sigma. So with 160 million Sigma at a 363K market cap, you too can be part of the token gated Discord, and you can check out all of the indicators that we put in there. So going back to the chart though, we all DCA'd in, some earlier than others, and so we've got skill issues there. And then ultimately it bounced, and now the expectation is that we have just completed our spring phase here. So here's spring on this little schematic that we're following, and so the spring was completed, or the shakeout, and then now we're going to ultimately reverse backwards and upwards into this area. So looking at the chart itself, you already see the massive bounce. So these two are done, and then I was thinking we were going to have a lot more drawn out kind of spring event to kind of play out, but now it looks like we're more likely going to work on just a pathway where we come straight back up. And we could even potentially come back up to here based off of this schematic right here. So you can see the spring comes into play. We pop up to this level right here and then back test the range breakout. So we could even potentially see something like this play out here and then continue on before we get up to our final last sign of support up here. So spring is officially here. So the goal on this though is that our indicator is currently red. So these snipes are quick. So if you get back up into the body of this area here, then you ultimately are able to take profits, go back to cash, and just wait until we officially get a green dot, and then we're off. So zooming in on the 4 hour, we can actually see some areas where we would expect a reaction to come into play. So a lot of these are where the breakdown occurred. We're actually going to zoom into 1 hour. So a lot of these occur where the initial breakdown happens. So for example, you have like an inefficiency of like 4 solid hours of straight selling right here. So that comes back up to $1.651. We also then have a whole bunch of supply right here, people who are trapped or are like, I'm out of here, I don't want to play this game anymore. So they sell. So this whole region becomes an area of potential rejection. We then have this inefficiency that was never filled right up here at $1.80. That was right at this straight down breakdown, and another one up here at $1.87. So all of these are pretty good candidates for profit taking. So just start peeling off the table as we get up to these levels is the expectation. And then again, just wait till the green dot manifests, because we don't know exactly how this is going to play on the other side, but the expectation is somewhere up into here. Just start peeling out, and then as long as you don't go below your entry down here in these regions, you win, right? So you can exit the whole thing and still in profit, just maybe not make as much if you didn't scalp those areas. So that's what we're watching going forward from here. And we'll again check out these areas of interest on the way up. There's another one way up here at 237. And again, we may even sweep higher into the 250s before this is over. So it has to go back in and do the back test to officially do the final shakeout here. Let's see, where did that little schematic go? Oh, we lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so possibly above this area of breakdown. The question is that area of breakdown considered this area or this area? And I would argue that this is probably that chunk. Then we come straight down, bounce, and then roll over, bounce, and then smack down. So I could actually see us moving up into the 260s. So just food for thought. And then ultimately this back test will take us right back down into this 180 region, and then off we go. And so the road is kind of paved. We'll just kind of see how it ends up ultimately playing out, but it looks pretty good so far. So jumping over to Sigma, we've got ourselves, before we jump in, green across the memes. Notice the percentages are high on all of these, and I was checking out a few things on this. So again, Sigma's super low market cap, but if we click on it, you can see that we have 4,000 in buy volume and 1,800 in sell volume, right? definitely way more buyers stepped in on the coin itself, and it too has had its reversal right off the lows here. And we know how these memes can go. Like if we're over here in this area, we could chop for a little bit and then bam, it doesn't take long for price action to go. Same story here. We could see a massive potential upside, and again, a retrace play for Sigma from its current levels is going to put you at a 618, and that'd be a 673%. So, and you get access to the token gated Discord. Yay! So, all right, so we'll be watching those levels as we go forward, but this is what I was ultimately watching here. So we've got like things like, for example, Bear. Bear came in, has 2,000 buy volume compared to 600, right? Then you've got Drop. Drop comes in at 43,000 versus 35K, right? So, and it's a straight up candle coming off these lows. So what I think is going on is I think institutions are definitely here and people are scalping these levels because there's been very, very low volume up to this point, and the fact that we're now seeing buy volume step into that moment when it was collapsed per the chart, along with the fact that we have had huge volume step in right here, obviously, to take us back up into this region. All of that together looks pretty freaking awesome for a potential breakout to the next level. So just things I'm watching here. So basically recap, Sigma's doing great. Grab some. We're now on our way out of here. XRP is bouncing nicely. And we have a schematic to play where we're going to just DCA out of our spring positions that we've done, just take profits until we turn green again. And that may be, in another, I'd say probably by like February 15th, we probably would be green. And then we can actually officially buy with stop losses and move our way out of here. So, all right, guys, we'll check in tomorrow. And thanks so much for watching.